Hey everyone, this is Samtam and right now I'm going to show you how to dual boot Pop OS alongside with Windows 10. So for this, you just need to download two things. The first one is the Pop OS ISO file. So I'm going to just type Pop OS, and here I'm going to just go ahead and download this NVIDIA version so I can play some games using this. So let's go ahead, just download that. Now I have already downloaded this, so I don't need to download it all over again, so I'm going to just go ahead and cancel that. Now the second thing that I'll need is Rufus. So let's just go here and download Rufus. So these are the just two things that you'll need to download to install Pop OS alongside with Windows 10. So the first one is the Pop OS ISO file, and the second one is the Rufus software, which is this one. Now what I'm going to do is just take my USB flash drive right here and just plug it in to computer's USB ports. So once I have done that, I'm going to just go ahead and quickly format my USB pen drive. Let's go ahead, just quickly format. Okay, so after that, all I'm going to do is just run the Rufus software. And from here, as you can see, it has automatically detected my USB pen drive, which is 8 GB pen drive. And if it doesn't, then just try extracting your pen drive and then put it to your USB port again, and it will automatically detect your pen drive. So after that, what I'm going to do is just select the ISO file. This is the one. And once I have selected the ISO file, I'm gonna change nothing. I'm gonna leave the settings as it is, and I'm gonna just click start and press OK. And this is gonna take some time, a few minutes. So guys, if you're new to this channel, I would really appreciate if you subscribe, and really gives me confidence to make these kind of videos more and more. I really want your support. So what it is doing is it is making my USB flash drive bootable with the Pop OS, and I'm going to use it to install Pop OS alongside with the Windows 10. Okay guys, so our job is done here. So as you can see, the status says ready. So I'm going to just close that, and our job is pretty much done here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to restart my computer and start with the installation process. So guys, let's just go ahead and quickly restart the computer, and when it boots again, I'm gonna just keep pressing F12 button, this F12 button. Come on, focus. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is, while it is starting, I'm gonna just keep pressing this F12 button, and it will bring me the boot menu. And there you go. So this is the boot menu. Let me just zoom in so that you can see clearly. So guys, this is the boot menu, and what I did is just press F12 on my keyboard. Just pressed F12 on my keyboard. So it might be different from for your computer. It can be F12, F10, or F2, one of these three. So what you have to do is just keep pressing that button, and it will bring you the boot menu. And guys, remember one thing, that my USB pen drive is still plugged in. So guys, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna just select my USB flash drive that I just made bootable, and for me it is this one. This is the one. So for you it might be different, the name might be different, you just have to figure that out yourself, that which one is your USB flash drive, and just select that one. So I'm gonna just press enter, and as you can see it brings me the Pop OS. So I'm gonna just let it boot to Pop OS. So as you can see guys, this has boot to the Pop OS, and as you know that this is a live mode, this is not the actual OS that I have installed, because I haven't installed it yet, and which I'm gonna do right now. So yeah, as you can see that it has automatically popped up the installation window for me. So let me just zoom in a little bit. So let's start the installation process. So I'm gonna select English and then press select again, select, and this is the most important part. So here it is asking me to have a clean install or refresh install or custom. So what I'm going to do is, as I am installing this Pop OS alongside with the Windows 10, so I'm not gonna go for these two, because if I go for clean install, then it will install the Pop OS on my PC and use the entire space on my PC, so there will be no Windows 10 left. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go for this custom advanced option. So I'm gonna just select that, and and like this taking some time. Okay, so we are here. As you can see, this is the partition window, and as you can see there are a lot of partitions in here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the largest available space, and remember one thing, that you should not be touching the partition where the Windows is installed. So double check everything, make sure that everything is fine, just do not touch the drives where the Windows is installed, and except for that we are good to go. So right now what I'm going to do is select this partition right here. This is the largest available partition, and I surely know that my C drive, or the drive where the Windows 10 is installed, is not this drive. I just use this drive for data storage and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just shrink this partition, because I know there is no Windows 10 installed in this drive. So guys, make sure and double check everything before you select the partition. So as you can see, this one has 623 gigabytes of storage, so I'm gonna shrink 150 or 100 GB of storage from here. So guys, what I'm going to do is just select this partition and go to partition and select resize or move, and from here what I'm going to do is I'm gonna drag this from the right, and as you can see it is showing me the new size and the free space. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna free space of like 150 GB for Pop OS, and as you can see this is gonna be the new size of that drive. Now guys, one more important thing, and that is do not drag this from the left side, always drag it from the right side. If you drag it from the left side, then something terrible gonna happen, or this is gonna ruin something. I don't know what it is, but it is gonna ruin something from your Windows 10. So yeah, that is that, and I'm gonna just go ahead and select resize. So guys, as you can see it has separated of 150 GB for me, and it says unallocated. So we're gonna just install our pop OS into this 150 gigabytes of unallocated storage. So the next thing that we're going to do is select this unallocated drive that we just created and just go to partition and select new. Okay, from here let me just zoom in because it will help you to see it more clearly, and just I think we're good. So from here what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to here, which is new size, and here we're gonna put 500. I'm basically just creating a new partition and select the file system to FAT32 and press add. So as you can see, I have created a new partition of 500 megabytes, and now I'm going to select that unallocated drive again, 150 gigabytes of drive, and I'm gonna create another partition out of that. So I'm gonna select that and go to partition and new, and this time I'm gonna go for 4 gigabytes of partition, and this time I'm gonna select swap, Linux swap. So I'm gonna press add. So as you can see guys, I have already created 2 partitions, new partition 1, new partition 2, and finally what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select this an unallocated drive again, and this time I'm gonna press new again, and this time I'm gonna change nothing. I'm gonna keep the storage size or the drive size or the partition size as it is, and I'm gonna just press add. So guys, as you can see, I have created 3 new partitions. These are the 3 new partitions, and everything is pretty much done here, and I'm gonna just confirm the partition and click apply. Now this is going to take a few minutes, and it is doing all the partitioning for you, and while it is doing it, I just want to clear one thing, and that is always back up your important files from Windows, because when you are dual booting, like any operating system, whether it is Pop OS, Ubuntu, or Linux Mint, or any other OS, when you're dual booting with Windows 10, you should always back up your important files from Windows 10, because there is always a little chance of ruining the existing operating system, which is the Windows 10. So I would very much suggest that you should back up your important files and just be on the safer side, because I know this is gonna go well. I'm gonna finish the installation process perfectly, but for something bad can happen. You can lose files from your computer, and that is why you should not take that risk, and you should take your important files to other external drive or something, so that you don't lose any important files while doing these dual boot setups. So guys, it seems like this is gonna take time, and I'm gonna be back after this is finished. So as you can see, it's saying that all operations successfully completed, so we're gonna go ahead and close that, and so we are pretty much done here. So just close that. So let me just quickly check the partition again, because I am confused now, because it is making it confused. So which one is which? Let me see. Linux swap, Linux swap. So guys, what is happening here is that I have previously installed Ubuntu on this system as well, so that is why I'm a little bit confused now, because which one that I just created now. So as you can see that this Linux swap area, it has used 2 megabytes, and this one haven't used any, and also the number here is higher, so I must have created this one later. I mean a few minutes ago. I think this is the one that I have created, which is STA13. So I just figured out the Linux swap, and I have to figure 2 more partitions, which is the root directory, I mean the root partition, and the boot partition. Then I have this one 14 ext4 155 gigabytes. So I think this should be the one because it is the most unused. So 14 is the root partition, and I have to figure out the 500 MB partition. So 12, this is the one, which is 500 MB FAT32. This is the one that I have made or created. So I have figured out every partitions that I have created, which is STA12, STA13 and STA14. So I'm gonna just go for those. So 12 is gonna be the boot, 13 is gonna be the swap, and 14 is gonna be the root partition, the main one. So starting from 12. So guys, you have to be patient over here and do not make any mistakes with the partition. Just double check everything and make sure that this is the partition that you have separated, or else you're gonna have some issues. So the 12, first I'm gonna go for the SDA12, which is this one, SDA12. So use partition, click format, and use it as boot. Yes, I'm gonna use it as boot, and yeah, that's that. Then I'm gonna use the 13, this one, this is the swap area, use partition, use as swap. Okay, everything is done. Now this one, 14, this is the one, and this is gonna be my root. As you can see, use as root, file system, everything is set. Click format, and yeah, and what I'm going to do is just click erase and install, and this is gonna take some time, so I'm gonna be back after it is done. Okay guys, so it is done here. So it is telling me to restart device, so I'm gonna just quickly restart. I'm gonna press F12, and once I go to this boot menu, and here I should be seeing my Pop OS, and which is this one. This should be the one. This is the one, Pop OS 20.10. So as you can see, it has already installed, and what I did is once while it was booting or restarting my PC, I just pressed F12 to bring up the boot menu, and from here I'm going to just select the Pop OS. And as you can see, I have a lot of operating system installed alongside with Pop OS. There is Windows 10, then Ubuntu, and then I have also installed Kali Linux, which is this one, I guess. It doesn't say Kali Linux, but this is the one. And now I have installed Pop OS, so I'm going to just quickly press enter. Let's just zoom out. Okay guys, so here it is. So I'm gonna just quickly press next, 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 skip. So it is asking me to put my name here and also the username, so I'm gonna just put my name here, and there you go. Click next. Let's set a password real quick. I know it's too weak, but this will work. Okay, so I have set it all. and all done. So let's start using Pop OS, and everything blacked out. So here we are. This is it, guys. So as you can see, I have successfully installed Pop OS. As you can see, this is it. And you might be wondering if the Windows is still okay. So let me just quickly show you how the Windows is doing. So I'm gonna just restart, and I'm gonna do nothing this time, and this will automatically restart to my Windows. And no, it is actually booting to my Pop OS. It didn't automatically boot to Windows. Let me just quickly remove my pen drive because I don't need it anymore. Okay, so guys, it seems like it is automatically booting to my Pop OS now. So I'm just gonna go in my boot menu and select Windows from there. So I'm gonna press F12, and from here I'm gonna go to enter setup, and from here the boot option 1. Let me zoom in so that you can see clearly. So as you can see, boot option 1, and it is selected to Pop OS. As you can see, this is Pop OS selected. So if you want to boot to your Windows PC automatically without having to press F12 and go to boot menu and then select your Windows from there, you can change it over here. So if I select that one, so as you can see right now, the first option that will boot to is Windows. So if I go ahead and exit, save and exit, and if I restart now, and I will do nothing, and this time it will boot to Windows. So whatever you prefer doing, you can do it, or you can just press the F12 key every time you boot your computer and select your operating system from there. You can do that too. There are actually many ways. So yeah, as you can see, this is my Windows, and it is still in one piece. Nothing happened to it. So that is it. So let me just quickly go ahead and restart my computer and go to Pop OS. So guys, I'm doing this all over and over again so that you guys can understand what is happening here. This is pretty much simple. You have to just go to the boot menu and select your operating system from there. So let's press F12, go to the boot menu and select Pop OS from here, which is this one. By the way, you don't need the USB flash drive anymore. As you can see, I have already removed it, so there's no need. So let's just quickly log in, and as you can see, this is the Pop OS as well. So yeah, this is it. So guys, hope you liked this video, and if you did, you can give it a like and subscribe. I would really appreciate that because I need your support, and I will see you in the next video.